So, as many of you may know, my husband and I bought our new home back in December of last year. And as we've been living here, I've noticed a few things that we definitely need to make some changes on just to make this home a little bit more functional for us. We don't have the funding to do a big project right now because we're trying to save to renovate our kitchen, which I'm very excited about. But our laundry room is right off the kitchen, and it's the first thing that I walk into every day when I park in my garage and then come through that way. So, my goal was to make it a little bit prettier, a little bit brighter, and also more functional for us. One of the main things that I really needed was just hanging storage above the washer and dryer. My husband has a lot of polos and golf shirts and different things that I like to just take right out of the wash and hang them up immediately. I also have a bunch of work clothes that I do the same with, and it just makes it super easy and functional to be able to do it immediately and not fold things and then hang them and then have to do all that. So I do it from the beginning, then take them upstairs and hang them. So hanging function was really important to me. The next thing was a place for my laundry baskets. We were just putting them in the middle of the walking space. So it just got really, really congested since it's a long, narrow room. So I took out a cabinet next to the washer and dryer to put our wash baskets in there. To the left of the washer and dryer, I would like to do a cabinet with a trash pullout, just to make it really easy. But because I wanted to keep the budget really low on this one, my budget was $200. I ended up spending $157 between paint, the hanging curtain rods, new hangers, and I guess that's about it. Oh, the new light. That was the other thing. So those are the three things that I splurged on. But I did reuse the existing cabinets, and then I went shopping my basement to find a few things to just kind of pull it all together and make it feel like home. So I hope you enjoy. Here is my $157 laundry transformation. Don't mind the mess, but this is what we started with. We had moved into this space and didn't really do a good cleaning in it yet, just because my husband was away the weekend we moved in. So it was all about just getting our stuff in. I cleaned it up a little bit so we could start doing the demo process. Here is the full look of our space. All these cabinets all open one direction, which is kind of not functional. This cabinet wasn't helping us, and I really wanted the washer and dryer centered on the wall. We are going to start by cleaning out the cabinets and then starting to take everything down. I am so excited to transform this space, make it more functional for me and my family, lighten it up, and make it beautiful. To get started, I went with the easiest thing, and that is taking out all the screws and making sure all of my walls are ready to go so we can prep them for paint. Little did I know, the stool that I had just thrifted was probably not meant to be stood on, and shortly after, I fell and broke it. Thankfully, it wasn't any worse than that. My dog looked at me like she knew it was going to happen. Oh well. Because this was such a high traffic area and there was so much dust and dirt, I decided to Swiffer my walls before I did any spackling to try and get as much of the previous owner's dog hair off and just make this more of a clean slate for our family. Then it was time to spackle and cover all these holes. When we first moved in this house, there was a shelf on this wall with about 50 coat hooks on it, and it was just so overwhelming to me. So that was one of the first things we removed, and it's literally been looking like this since we moved in December, and it is currently June 3rd. Before removing this cabinet, I decided to look under it, and thank goodness I did. Not only is there plumbing under here, thankfully it's unattached and I guess capped for now, but there was also a little mouse nest back there, and we need to do some patching. First, I removed the cabinet doors just to make it a little bit easier since I was doing this by myself. It made the cabinet so much lighter and easier for me to pull it out and get it out to the curb. It is so rewarding to be able to do this on your own, and I was so happy when I realized that everything came apart quickly. The countertop was not attached, it was just sitting there. So I think I'm actually going to reuse that over top of where I put the hampers once I play around with it a little bit and it's finished. Thankfully, the way that the plumbing was cut out, this cabinet was super easy to pull out. As you can see, it's basically falling apart. And there's some more treasures from the previous owners for us. So I cleaned all that up, gave it a good scrub, wiped down my wall. And then my youngest son, Emerson, since he was staying with us, decided to help me pull down some cabinets. So I was really grateful for that. Here he is taking down the wall shelf on the end. And it was just such a cool thing to be able to do this with my grown son. A few of the screws were already stripped, so I helped him pull those out. And then he did some of the spackling on this wall for me, while I continued to remove a few things to get ready to paint.
Little reveal.
Wow, looks like a cloud. This color is called...
What you did? Oh yeah, that's the
Beach House by Bear Marquee. Finally, it's time for paint. I decided to color drench the entire space. That way we only needed to buy 1 can of paint, and it made the space look so much brighter and bigger. How adorable is this light fixture? $70 at Lowe's. Then I went in my basement and found these cool hardware pieces for my cabinets. Not sure where to go yet, but we will figure that out. While I was in the basement, I found this rug and measured it, and it was exactly the right size. So we rolled it out, realized it's one that my husband used to use in his office for throwing darts. So we will get that together. And my husband decided to come help us hang these cabinets. I was so thankful. This bar was a bear, but look how cute it is so far. And the final reveal, I'm so in love. $157 renovation.